Let's turn now to a current event happening tomorrow in Davenport. IowaWORKS is hosting its 8th annual Quad City Success Fair tomorrow. This was originally started to help veterans and has grown to assist anyone. This year's job fair will be held at North Park Mall near the Von Maur department store from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. And it is set to be almost double the size of last year's job fair. Joining us now to discuss this is James Stout, Home Base Iowa Coordinator. James, thank you so much for being here with us.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me on here.
Well, why don't we start with how many people are going to be at this job fair tomorrow? Employers, I should say.
You know, right now we have scheduled for 85 employers.
Wow.
And we're still getting phone calls. We're still getting emails for businesses that still want to participate. So it could get very interesting tomorrow.
Wow. And it's not just, manufacturing industries that are going to be represented tomorrow. It's kind of a well-rounded job fair, you've said. What does that mean? Who's represented?
So the thing is that you can't just focus on just one industry. So we like it to be rounded. We have, logistics, supplies, and stuff like that. We have restaurants, we have healthcare, we have stuff like that. It's always good to have a variety because when people come there, they may not know that they may want to go into a different field and have a new career path.
Yeah, you never know what skills you have that can translate to other areas.
And when you talk to those employers, you're able to transcribe that to them, and they are looking for people like you.
Wow. Well, it's no secret that there have been hundreds of layoffs in and around the Quad Cities over the last few months. We're talking John Deere, Grupo, WIU now. How does IowaWORKS hope to reach and help people that have been impacted by these layoffs?
We want to provide them with a lot of different services. This job fair, the Quad City Success Fair, is a huge part of this because it's going to help them network with the employers, getting them out into the public and stuff like that. But also, IowaWORKS is going to be helping with their resume. That's a huge thing because a lot of them may not have had a resume for quite a while. But also the skills to interview. Being able to talk about your experience and translate it to the employer is a huge step for everybody that's being impacted right now.
I feel like especially if you've been at a job for several years, you have to almost relearn how to interview or present yourself in a way like that.
It's true. It's like when they get out of the military. We spent a lot of time in the military, and stuff like that. And when you get out of the military, you haven't done that kind of skill set for a long time. The military way. But now when you think about it, now if you've been working for a job for a lot of years, you're not used to doing things like that. So that's the advantage of getting some help from like IowaWORKS and some of the other resources that we have here.
So if people show up tomorrow, what should they bring with them?
Bring a resume. That's the biggest thing. I would bring multiple copies of that. Just casually. The thing is you don't have to get really dressed up in order to show up for a hiring event. This is networking. This is supposed to be meant to have fun. This is a learning experience and stuff like that. Come casual, bring your resume, and just be prepared to actually talk about yourself. That's the biggest thing.
Well, James, my last question for you is, do you have any tips for people when it comes to these sort of elevator pitches or interviews or when you're meeting a potential employer for the first time?
You want to capture yourself within 30 seconds. You want to be able to talk about yourself, what the value is for you to work for them, and what the value is for them to hire you. So think about that, and within 30 seconds, you want to be able to do it. But, you have plenty of time to practice this. Practice this with your spouse, with your neighbor, with a friend, and stuff like that. And try to get comfortable because, that's the best part of it. Just have fun and just talk to people.
Very solid advice. James, thank you so much for being here with us today. All right, and if you guys at home want more information on this event tomorrow, the time, the date, the location, you can head over to our website and just click on the As Seen on TV tab.